Hi everyone, this is Shashwat here and welcome to Ignite India Back. The NATA aspirants, the aspirants who are preparing for the B.ARCH examination and NATA 2022 examination, we are providing you a compact crash course with everything required for you to score the best. And as we all know, NATA is having a bit more priority because the college options are much wider. So today we are here with our NATA live session, a complete masterclass on your NATA 2022 theory of architecture part. So we will be discussing regarding that, and as promised, we will be coming up with several live sessions. Make sure you subscribe the channel, like and share it with your friends. Stay tuned to the channel for such latest updates, live sessions, and don't forget to go to the description box and fill the Google form because that is much more important. We will get in touch with you and we will make sure that every one of you prepare with us with our Ignite India crash course. It is a complete planned crash course that you all should be taking up with a very minimum fee structure. And we will make sure that each one of you can have it. Anyone facing any economical issues, we will surely help them out. So without wasting any time, let's start with today's topic, theory of architecture, class 1. We will be discussing regarding that. Just wait for a few minutes and we will start it. Okay. Okay. Guys, I hope I am audible to all. Please reply.
Yes.
Am I audible to all? Okay, fine. So, we will be starting with color theory today. The main part is theory of architecture. Whatever we have, I formed a compact the whole thing together, and whatever we have in theory of architecture, as I mentioned, your materials or anything that will come in the NATA aptitude, we will complete that step by step. And today we will be, you can tell, recapping or just going through the color theory part and discussing every nooks and corners of it. Okay. I'll be sharing my screen. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay, is the screen visible to all? Please reply. Guys, is the screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, fine. And I am audible to all. Anyone who cannot hear me? Okay, fine, great. So we will start with this color theory, and whatever doubts you have, you can ask me in between. Okay. Now the color, we will start with the color wheel first. So anything in color theory, to be very frank and just summarizing everything, because this will be a recap for some of the students, I will sum it up. In color theory, when we discuss, color theory is all about the psychological effects of colors that occurs to you. So when you enter a building, in architecture is not just about constructing designs or something like you constructed beautiful or something out of the box design on the external appearance. And when you go to the interiors, it's not that great. It doesn't work like that. When you are in the field of architecture and we are working with design, structure, and all, you also need to keep in mind that everything has a psychological effect to the end users. And the end users are mostly human beings. At some places or some cases, it can be for some other purpose as well. For example, before starting color theory, I will just tell you guys. So when we talk about color or how the psychological effect is there, what you have seen while you go to a hospital, what color usually you see in the patient's cabin? Anyone, can you please answer that?
White color.
White color. Okay. Why white? Why not something else?
Because white gives like a vibrant, like, I don't know how to explain it, but
okay, I will just tell it why white and why not something else. So I hope everyone have heard about that white is actually the symbol of peace, right? I hope
yes,
everyone has heard about that.
Yes. The white flag.
Yeah, so it has something to do with it again. When you tell about white or why white, white is something when we will be going through color theory, we will be discussing that as well. White color gives you a sense of peace in your mind, a sense of calmness, a sense of where there is no vibrancy, where everything is like, what should I tell, stagnant and stable. So that's why white, a patient who is going through a certain disease and having the state of mind or a weakness in the body, if he is surrounded by color black, he will be going into depression. So there are different colors. We have usually seen not only white, I must add on this, we also see different light colors being used. Sometimes it's very like, light pink. Now pink, you don't think about the dark pink. When I'm telling pink, it's actually the very lighter shade of pink that is getting used or that is being used. Okay. When I'm talking about your white, or when I'm talking about yellow, then it's a very light shade. It's a creamy color that is being used. So any light color is usually used for this hospitals or so, to give a sense of peace, a sense of stableness, a sense of calmness, and all. Now, let us quickly discuss about the color wheel. The color wheel fits together into a puzzle. Each color is a specific place, in a specific place. Being familiar with the color wheel not only helps you mix colors when painting, but in adding color to all your art creations. So anything, while you see the color wheel, there are three main primary colors. Students who have done the previous class, can you tell me what are the three primary colors? What are the three primary colors? Quickly tell me.
Red, yellow, blue.
Red, yellow, blue. Okay. So you're telling RYB. Have anyone heard about RGB? Anyone heard about the term RGB?
Red, green, and blue.
RGB, red, green, blue. Okay, so why not red, green, blue? Why red, yellow, blue? Arfat, can you please explain why you told red, yellow, blue? And why not red, green, blue? Arfat, can you please tell quickly? Okay, I will tell you guys why not. Yeah, Arfat, tell. Please tell, please tell. Arfat or anyone else wants to speak, you can also tell. Isa is there, Gauri is there. Guys, please respond. Shumer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why not RGB? Why RYB? Shumer?
Like because they are the primary colors.
I've already told they are primary, but you need to explain, right? That why. Okay, fine. I will without
Like you
wasting
make
any time,
secondary colors, or let's say tertiary colors out of the primary colors.
Okay, so what's happening over here? What are you making out of the primary color? Like, why not? Like, give me the reason. Why not RGB? Why RYB? You need to know the reason, right? If you know the reason, then you can easily answer it. Okay, fine. I will tell you why not RGB, why RYB. I guess I have got a response from someone. Okay, Gauri has responded. She is having some issues with her neck. Okay. She told they are hue that can't be obtained by mixing any color. Yeah, she is right actually. So what happens, while you are talking about RYB, think very carefully. Can you obtain red? If I remove red aside from rest of the other colors, anything you think about, whatever colors comes to your mind, you cannot achieve red via any other primary color. You cannot achieve yellow in the same way. You cannot achieve blue. When I'm talking about RGB, you can achieve green by mixing yellow with blue. Now the quantity, the portion, what kind of darkness or shade or tint you are bringing into effect, that depends on how you are mixing it and what the final result is coming. That's a separate question. But green can be brought into action via this. Now sometimes students get confused with this. There's RYB and RGB, because RGB is a term which you have heard actually. Might not be nowadays you have heard more, but previously, it was very common. RGB is actually the color composition what you see on any screen, your laptop screen, your phone screen, or so. Everything is composed of very minute, color dots, or you can say color pixels, which are of RGB, red, green, and blue. That has nothing to do with primary colors. Primary colors are your RYB, red, yellow, and blue. Okay. Now moving further, what is a primary color? I have told any colors which cannot be formed from anything else. That is the starting. And now mixing these primary colors, you can bring into action secondary. Now mixing the secondary with the primary color, you can bring tertiary. So there are three steps. One is primary, which cannot be formed using anything. Another one is secondary. Now secondary is coming from mixing of primary colors. And your last one is tertiary. Tertiary is formed by mixing of secondary and primary. Now, being familiar with the color wheel not only helps you mix colors when painting, but in adding color to all your art creations. What does this statement mean? So it is not about just the color wheel that you learn and like, you do. About your, yeah, someone wants to ask something, please tell. Anyone is having a doubt? Okay, fine. So, what I was telling is that about these art creations. So once I'm talking about these art creations or so, what happens is that like right now, how you've seen about the psychological effect. While you are making an art also, you will not like, instantly make something, your background, foreground, everything dark. So things act psychologically, you think about it, it gets processed here, and further on, you transfer it or you implement it on your canvas, on your, today, nowadays, it's a digital art time. So whatever it is on your iPad also. Let's move on to the next slide. Now, as I have already mentioned, what are the primary colors? Primary colors are not mixed from other elements that generate all other colors. So, red, yellow, blue. Now, the secondary one, as I have told, by mixing two primary colors, the secondary color is created. You have the answers over here. What are the secondary colors? Orange, green, and purple. Now, orange is obtained by mixing red and yellow. Green is obtained by mixing yellow and blue. And purple is obtained by mixing blue and red. So, you mix these colors and what you obtain is a secondary one. Now, moving further into tertiary. Intermediate or tertiary colors are created by mixing a primary and a secondary color. So red and orange, you have yellow and orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, purple. So these are actually the things that are coming out after the mixation. And these are called like how you call northeast, southeast and stuff. These are something similar. Now we have the next PDF of, next page of color values. Color values are the lights and darks of a color you create by using black and white neutrals with a color. This makes hundreds of more colors from the basic of 12 colors of the color wheel. White plus color is equal to 10. Color plus black is equal to shade. I will tell you what is happening over here. Once you take a picture, this is something related to contrast. You can take a picture of anything, of any normal color, even if you take white. And you constantly, okay, white you will not understand that much. You can take the color of light yellow color, okay? Just take that color with your camera. Now go to the edit settings, increase the contrast to full, save it. Again, into this new image, go to the settings and increase the contrast to full. Do this 2 or 3 times, you will find the final color which you are coming up with is actually white. Now do just the opposite thing. Decrease the contrast 2 or 3 times and the final color which you will be coming up with will be completely black. So this is what happens actually when you mix white with some color, it results in the tint, and black with some color, it results in the shade. So finally giving you hundreds of colors, what they have just told, that increasing the tint and shade of a particular color, you will come up with several other colors. And that will give the net result will be something else. Now the tints are lightened colors, always begin with white and add a bit of color to the white until the desired tint is obtained. This is an example of value scale for the tints of blue. So you see the darkest shade and followed by, you see the value scale going down. You have it in a lighter shade as much as possible. Similarly, over here, these are the shades are darkened color, always begin with the color and add just a bit of black to get the desired shade of a color. This is an example of a value scale of the shades of blue from the lighter section, or you can take this particular thing on the top as a middle one because this is existing in both. Followed by that, slowly you add black and it's getting darker. Okay, before we go to neutral colors, anyone having a doubt, please tell. Anyone having a doubt before we go to neutral colors?
No, sir.
Others, please respond. If you're having a doubt, tell yes. If you don't have, tell no.
Sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we move on to neutral colors and the principle of color mixing. Let us describe a variety of colors. But there are still many colors to explore. The neutral color contains equal parts of each of the three primary colors. Black, off-black, white, off-white, gray, and sometimes brown are considered as neutral. Okay, so you have the example below. There is nothing much to describe about it. Okay. Now we move on to warm colors. Where are these warm color found? On the right side of the color wheel. They are the colors found in fire and the sun. So white colors are nothing but the colors which gives you a sense of warmth. So something, how can I explain? Something which is giving you a sense of warmth in terms of which is not light, which you generally don't. The very common example or easy example, if I tell you, colors which you use when you are in a when you are in a party with your family, with your friends, which is a community gathering. Yeah, people from the smaller age to the higher age, everyone is there. A marriage is going on or so. You have warm colors over there. Whereas if you have a party with just your friends, or if you're going to a nightclub, the colors which you have over there are actually your this is warm and the next one is cool. You have your cool colors. Is this explanation very clear? What is warm and what is cool? Any doubts? Just try to remember things in this simpler way. Do a party with family, you have warm. You go a party with friends or nightclub, it's cool. Okay. Now warm colors are found on the right hand side of the color wheel. There are colors in the fire and sun. Warm colors make objects look closer in painting or drawing. Okay. Now, what happens? This is an illustration of the use of warm colors: red, orange, yellow, and green. So you see, how the vibrancy of the color has been used to further give you this texture, or what you see right now. And let me see. I got a message, mail, I guess. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, fine. Yeah. So how the warmth have been increased and what you get to see finally. Followed by that, we have something known as the cool colors. Okay. So cool colors are found on the left hand side of the color wheels. They are the colors found in snow, ice. So they have explained it in some other way, but definitely if I tell you about snow and ice, the one thing which will come to your mind is white, and tend to recede in a composition. Okay. So this recede in a composition means what happens is that whenever you use these colors, it will give you a sense that, okay, this particular place is actually, might be, you can use these colors in the terms of dawn or evening hours if you're doing a scenery like that. So recede in a composition is nothing but you are showing that it is encircled with a certain amount of inquisitiveness, or you can tell a certain amount of value or notations inside it. Whereas when you are using a warm color, it is becoming explicit. These are the senses which or terms which I should use to explain to you. So, next thing, if we are just moving on, that note the colors or the color scheme in these particular paintings or composition. Okay. So we have the green, purple, and blues over here, which are mixed together. You have see how these things have been mixed, and you get a sense of lightness. It is not heavy, or it is not something coming out of it. It is very much condensed. That is why we have told you about ice or stuff. Now the three basic elements: hue, the actual color such as red or green. A hue can be changed by adding a tone. Example: white to lighten, black to darken, chroma, the intensity of the color, tone, the amount of black or white in a color. Okay. So, this thing is how this being worked out. So three basic elements. One is the hue, the actual color, which is there, such as a red, green. A hue can be changed by adding a tone. Now, what you understand over here is that a very simple way to understand is your phone, which you have in your hand. Capture some one color, take any piece of cloth or something where there is one color. Definitely don't take black and white, then my explanation will be null and void. Take some color and then try this out, because you have in your edit option, definitely, I am sure. Try this out, you will get the understanding what it is all about. Now the thing which comes is chroma. Again, the same thing, the intensity of color. Previously, we have understood about the shade, adding white and black. We were adding something else. But right now, what we are doing is that intensity. Okay, let me show you what is intensity. I have a bottle. You see here, this is also brown, okay? This is also brown, but it's looking a bit transparent. Why? Because the intensity have been reduced. The molecular intensity over here is a bit less. I'm not going with the cap, okay? Because cap is okay. We might tell that, okay, sir, it is something other material, or we will not go because this is transparent bottle. This is like, you know, something opaque. Then those is the same materials, but I will not compare with this. I will just compare over here only. You see the intensity of this color is very light over here. You can see my face somewhat, okay, through this. But if I am going to this particular place, the neck of the bottle, if you check the neck of the bottle over here, okay, if you check the neck of the bottle, you see this particular part is having much more intensity, because you can squeeze over here, and this particular place is only going to hold the cap. And usually you are like, you know, once you hold the bottle after locking it, it needs to be hard. It cannot be so light. And what we are giving pressure to tighten it. So the intensity is increased. Now the molecular intensity of plastic is definitely increased. Henceforth, the color of the plastic, which was there brown, is increased, and further you can see this particular color. Is it clear regarding chroma, hue, and what about the thing about tone and all? Any doubts? Anyone having any doubts?
No, sir.
Others, please respond. Are you guys there?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, let's move on to color schemes. Okay, so what is a color scheme or so? Okay, we just discussed regarding that. Give me a minute. Yeah. What is a color scheme? And color scheme are the sympathetic way of using the color wheel to put colors together in your artwork. Putting together the clothes you wear, or deciding what colors to paint your room. There is a monochromatic, complementary, analogous, warm, and followed by that we have monochromatic. Okay, monochromatic and all we have discussed. Okay, so we will go till this only. Leave that and monochromatic, complementary, analogous, and warm. What about all these things? Okay, we will discuss that. One second. So once we have all these things, now let us quickly discuss about the monochromatic color scheme. Mono means one, and chroma means color. So when we are talking about monochromatic color scheme, have only one color and its values. The following slide shows a painting done in a monochromatic color scheme. Let's see that. So you have some pictures over here, and what do you see? Can anyone explain why is it monochromatic? What do you see over here? Guys, please explain. You know, otherwise I need to know that you are...
Single color.
Okay, so one color, how it is being used. See, if there is only one color, then we will see the whole thing as one. We can understand, right, that this is something like a pyramid or a sand dune or something. How we can understand that? What makes us understand that?
So tints and shades of the same color.
Tint and shades, absolutely right. So see, you have only one color, but by the usage of tint and shade, you are differentiating the, like, you know, heaviness or the lightness of a particular space. You are showing the depth of a particular space, finally resulting in these compositions. Similarly, the other ones as well, what you see over here. So any composition that is made out of one color, don't refer to the black or something or what you see. Try to understand, most of the composition you will see only one color. The darkness and the lightness of that color is a different question. Now, when you see such a composition, it is known as monochromatic. So if the question comes showing you a picture and asking you what color composition is this, now no one will ask you to explain. But for example, this red one is there, and they have given you monochromatic, analogous, something and something and all. You need to understand what color scheme is it, and need to mark out the right one. Might be question will come in this way as well. Okay, monochromatic color scheme means what? And then you have four options: composition out of one color, composition out of multiple colors, composition out of colors, primary colors, composition out of tertiary colors. They will try to, like, you know, mix up your mind with such things which does not relate with each other. You need to write the right answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is your complementary color scheme. So complementary colors are opposite on the color wheel, provided a high contrast. So if you want to be noticed, wear complementary colors. Okay. So what they are telling is that complementary colors are, okay, I will tell you a very good example over here. For example, you know, someone is having a very nice clothing and you told him or her, okay, you're looking nice. So the other person replies with the thank you and thanks for, or sometimes, you know, thanks for the compliment. So these terms are very much interrelated. Thanks for the compliment. That compliment thing is actually nothing but what you see over here in complementary colors. If you are wearing a complementary color, people will come and give you a compliment. If you are not wearing a complementary color, you won't get a compliment. So whenever someone is asking you about complementary color and whenever there is a question related to that, might be a composition asking you the color composition in it, might be a one-word answer about complementary color composition. Try to remember this very simple sentence. Complementary colors are nothing but are opposite of the color wheel provided a high contrast. So as you have seen white and black, now they are not colors, they are shades and tints, remember. Just for the sake of explanation, I am telling you. As you have seen, white and black are having a rich contrast in them. Similarly, any colors opposite in the color wheel are having a contrast among them. If you wear them, it like, you know, becomes a complementary color. You wear them, you use them in your composition, whatever it is. So this is how it goes, and we will see some pictures now. So these pictures have complementary colors and their values. So you see, like, you know, how those things have been done. You see a yellow colored truck written on top of it with black. You see the, like, you know, it's having a rich contrast. Similar things over here, how you see on green, you have white, and then on top of that red. Now we will go to split complementary. This is though not very necessary or something, but still, since for the sake of explanation, we are going through everything, we will have a look at this as well. So what about the split complementary colors? Split complementary color are also opposite to each other, but include 3 or 4 colors, not just 2. So what happens is that in split complementary, try to remember the color wheel. Okay, you have, I'm giving you a very simple explanation, but before giving this explanation, let me stop sharing the screen. Okay, can I see all your faces once? Let me go to gallery view. Can you all please switch on your video quickly? Guys, quickly, can you switch on your video? Only Shumer is there. What about others? Quickly. If you don't switch on your video, I will end the session here itself. Okay. Nitin is there. Nitin, Shumed, Rutuja. Okay, fine. Others. Arfat, Rejia, Gauri, Isa, Krishal, Takshil, Rohan has joined. Taib has joined. See, super faces. There's something wrong. Gauri, make it right. Every day you are telling the same thing. Just make it right, whatever it is, or use some other device. Others, guys, can't see your face. Taib, Rohan, Shumed, Arfat, all your videos are on. I don't know why. Isa, Rejia, Krishal. Guys, others, please switch on your video. Yeah. Okay, now it's fine. I can see. So the very simple way to understand split complementary is, don't take anything in personal. For suppose Nitin is there, okay? Nitin, are you there? Am I audible? Nitin, am I audible? Nitin? Nitin, your voice is not coming. Please respond. Am I audible? Nitin, आवाज नहीं आ रहा है आपका. Okay, let's go with Rohan.
Yes.
Rohan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Fine. Again, videos went off. Man, turn on your videos. Tai, Visa, Rutuja, Arfat, Regia, Krishal. Okay, fine. So, let us understand this in a very easy way. Okay, I'm not a age-old teacher that you need to be very strict with me or something like. Okay, that you will be all with a very serious face. Laugh sometime. It's good for health. So actually, what happened? Why your face is like? Okay, I'm giving you an explanation of split complementary. Understand this and forward it to your juniors as well. They will understand it throughout their life. For example, let me take an example of Shumed, okay? Because Nitin and Rohan, I face some internet issue with you guys. I'm going to Shumed now. So Shumed, for example, yeah, you have or you are having a crush on some girl, okay? And she is having two friends. So what happens is that girl on whom you are having a crush, she doesn't likes you. She is in relation with another boy. So your last option which is there is that she is having two friends to go for any of those two options. Okay. So this is all about split complementary. You are like, you are having the, for example, let us share the screen again and try to understand this. Now with colors, okay, now with no girl and boy. For example, over here, blue is having a crush on yellow. Now crush is not liking it or she is not interested. So blue is going towards the other two options which he is having. And any one or the other will like, join. And sometimes might be both of them will join. So split complementary is the situation when the person on whom this part, like, the color opposite to one color is not coming with it, whereas the two adjacent colors are coming in, like, with the opposite one. For example, over here we have blue, yellow is not going with it. So anything like, in touch with those two colors will join blue. And finally, what you get, these three colors will form a composition resulting in a split complementary one. So let us have a check about that. Okay. So we have discussed regarding that. Now we are moving on to analogous color scheme. The analogous color scheme is about 3 or 5 colors adjacent to each other on the color wheel. This combination of colors provides a very little contrast. Now, don't take it again. Okay, I will be explaining with the same logic. Nothing like that. This is very simple. A group of friends staying together. You have see a group of friends staying together. Okay. So analogous doesn't have anything to do with the previous logic. Now, moving further, what we have is a few compositions. Analogous colors are illustrated here. Yellow, we have yellow, green, we have green and blue. Okay, now we have green and blue green. Purple and you have red purple. You have red and you have red orange. And you have orange. So similarly, things which are mixed of our two colors. So for example, a tertiary color with a secondary color. The very easy example to understand is this way. A tertiary color along with your what should I say, a secondary color in a composition, not mixed together, will give you the result of an analogous color scheme. Okay, the last one is a chromatic. I guess this is the last one, right? Yeah, 5 minutes break after this. Not 5 minutes, we will end the class after this. Next class we will join. So a chromatic is the last one. So, designating color perceived to have zero saturation and therefore no hue, such as neutral, grays, or white or black. So a chromatic color is, you can tell something which is having the highest contrast. The questions might come to you in this way. Among the following options, which of the following color scheme is having the highest contrast? There is a chromatic, monochromatic, something, and stuff. Now you need to name a chromatic at that position, because a chromatic is nothing but, there is the neutral, grays, white and black. And as we all know, white and black is having the richest contrast when they are used together in a composition. So you need to name that, and that will be your answer. So till now, whatever we have discussed, any doubts, you tell me, or else we are done with the session. And switch on your videos so that I can see your face as well. Any doubts? Anything you want to ask? Yeah, Takshil, your hand is going up. I can see. Tell.
Sir, I don't have a doubt. It was paining. So.
It's paining.
Yes, sir. Like I got hurt that day. I was
Okay, what about Rutuja, Arpat, I can see, Rohan, I can see, Shumed, I can see. Any doubts, anything that you want to ask, you can clarify. Anything regarding whatever we have discussed till now?
no, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So if you, I hope you're enjoying the class, right? You know, because it's only 1 month left for exam, and I guess something more than a month, not 1 month, 1 month and 15 days. And it's time to enjoy, because if you don't enjoy before exam, you won't be able to do good. And believe me, just you need to solve the papers and follow the class, you will score. Not at all a problem. Who all are having boards in this upcoming week or so? I guess some of you are having boards. Anyone from here? Okay, what about Isa? Isa, are you there? No response from you. Isa, Krishal, Regia.
No, sir. No.
Okay, guys. Fine, guys. Okay, that's all for the day. Any doubts, any queries? Please text on the group. We will surely get
Actually,
back.
I had a doubt.
Yeah, please tell. Tell.
Sir, about the, I just forgot.
Yeah. About?
Sir, I'll tell some other time, like in the next class.
If it is something personal, give me a call, but not now. Give me a call by tomorrow morning. Or
Also
give
about
me a call
NATA.
tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Give me around 4:30. You give me a call or drop me a text. I will reply you back. That is the easiest way. Drop me a text today itself. I will reply you back. Okay. Okay. Fine, guys. That's all for the day. Thanks a lot. See you all in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, guys. That's all. Nothing else. You can exit the session. I'm just waiting to end the session after you leave. Like all of you are leaving, then I will end the session. Shumed, you can exit the session, ma'am. Regia, you can exit the session. Okay, so guys, that's all for the class. I hope people watching it live on YouTube, you have enjoyed a lot. That's how, and that's like, you know, the way we prepare for NATA, because after all, architecture is a design career program. And over here, you don't need to take a lot of pressure. You need to plan things accordingly and enjoy your life. That's all we will be planning and preparing for the upcoming days for your NATA 2022 preparation. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel for the latest updates, and share it with your friends so they can also get that enjoyment what you are getting over here right now. And don't forget to go to the description box, fill the Google form. If any doubts, call on the number mentioned below. That's all, guys. Thanks a lot. See you all in the next session. Bye.